This week in Qatar, it will be a first for a few of us as caddies. We've travelled to a country where the borders are closed to the public. Qatar has some exceptionally strict rules on how you can get in here, especially during these COVID times. And we've had to jump through many hoops in order to get here and have this week's tournament played. Here we have Big Sam looking over the paperwork that I've had to do to get here this week. We have our COVID-19 PCR test. Fortunately, it was negative, but it had to be turned around in 48 hours and not the usual 72 hours. We had a pre-travel questionnaire that was stamped upon arrival. This is the visa that I applied for a few weeks ago. And then this is the exceptional entry permit certificate, which was meticulously checked upon arrival by customs. And on top of all that paperwork, we had to do a PCR test this morning in the airport upon arrival. We had to buy a SIM card and download the local track and trace app to ensure that we stick to the rules this week. And then we have to wait in our hotel room until a negative result is returned, upon which hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to go and walk the golf course and get on with my week at work here in Qatar. And of course it doesn't stop there. Next week we go to Kenya for a few weeks for 2 tournaments there in Nairobi. So this week during the tournament here in Qatar, I will have to do a visa application to go to Kenya and ensure that I've got a negative PCR test so that I can travel to Nairobi on Sunday evening. And then following Kenya, we have a few weeks off. Before then, we either go to Tenerife, or as you might have seen in the press, we might be going to Florida for a few weeks. Who knows, the world's a crazy, uncertain place. Day 1, 5 o'clock, back in the hotel room. Had a good day on the course today, having a look around, having a different look at the angles from the tee. The wind switches a lot here in Qatar, and the feature of this golf course is that there's not much rough. The fairways run out very quickly and it soon runs into desert, into water hazards and into bush area. To give you an idea of the change in wind, Thursday due to be east-northeast 13 k's. Friday, very hot, south-southwest, the exact opposite, about twice as strong. So today I had the opportunity to take a look at the golf course. The first hole, dog leg left. Most guys will just play down the right side here into the fat part of the fairway. Very sensible play. If it's into wind, probably going to be a driver for most guys. The longer hitters might just hold back with a 3-wood there to play towards the 148, the 130. And the fun will come on Friday when this hole goes downwind at south-southwest. This left side, you'll be able to take it over the corner and take advantage of a shorter shot. Julian flies his driver about 300 yards. So when it's hot and downwind, he'll be able to take on this number 4, the 296 carry. When you look at the photo here, it's very tight to the left edge of the fairway, and as I've just said before, the bushes come into play very quickly, so it is a risk-reward shot, but at least we know we've got the option. End of day 2. Had the 8:30 bus this morning for a good range session before 18 holes this afternoon. We just got the last bus back at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to go downstairs, have some dinner before coming back to my room and seeing if I can stay awake to watch Bolton Wanderers play against Cambridge at 10 p.m. What a great time that'll be. Day 3, range day, not in the Pro-Am today. Spent the day on short game area and going through the numbers on the TrackMan to make sure that everything's dialed in. 4 o'clock alarm in the morning. We are third off at 6:45. Fingers crossed. Thursday, and a pretty solid opening round of 1 under par after a terrible start this morning. We had not 1 but 2 unplayable lies on the first hole, which led to one of the best double bogeys I've ever seen. And all credit to Julian from there for keeping composure, keeping cool, sticking to the game plan and finishing the round under par. Friday, and a great round of 3 under par from Julian in some very testing conditions. It's about 38 degrees, blowing about 30 miles an hour, gusting to about 50. And for you at home, it felt all day for about 6 hours, as if you were just opening your oven door after cooking a pizza for dinner. All day. Sunday morning, it's just gone 4:30 a.m. The conditions yesterday were absolutely brutal, with only 4 players in the field breaking par. A bad run of holes unfortunately got the better of us, and the game that we all love bit us truly in the arse. We'll go up there today, try and have a good day to take some momentum into next week. We fly to Kenya later this afternoon. But it's midday, back in the hotel after this morning's round, packed up all my stuff ready to leave for Kenya in an hour or so. Julian managed to shoot 4 under this morning with no bogeys. The weather was a little bit nicer to us, but the wind was picking up just before we finished. Managed to get round in under 4 hours as well with a 3-ball, which just goes to show you professional tournament golf isn't always as slow as the media makes it out to be. It was nice to see Julian play well. Hopefully that'll take some momentum into next week. And it just goes to show you guys at home that even the professionals, the world-class guys, have their off days, get stung in the arse by the game, come back the next day, bogey-free round, absolutely fall in love with it again. Let's move on to next week and let's love this game of golf.